All right, so get this. You send us this website, and whoa, visually it's amazing, but it's all in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Talk about a challenge. So we're grabbing our dictionaries, metaphorically speaking, of course, and diving headfirst into, well, I guess you could call it the world of Rec Fatburger.
And what a world it is. Yeah, even without understanding the language itself, you can just feel this energy, this real warmth just kind of coming right out of the site, you know. It turns out that Rec Fat is an artist and a teacher in Israel.
Okay.
And her website, it really is like stepping right into her studio. You got color everywhere, creativity, and this real sense of purpose.
It's funny you should say purpose, because I keep seeing this phrase pop up. Agnes away. Any idea what it means? It feels important, even if it's, well, Hebrew to me.
You're definitely right to hone in on that. It really is like the guiding principle, the North Star for how Rec Fat approaches, well, everything really. And it means development through the exploration of the good, within us and in the world.
Okay, now I'm really interested. So how does she actually put that idea into practice? How do you actually explore the good that she's talking about?
Well, she uses this really cool blend of art, writing, and then mindfulness exercises.
Okay.
But it's not like she's teaching you techniques. You know, the goal isn't just to master some skill set. It's more about cultivating this sense of wonder. Of tranquility and, you know, finding that little, I guess you could call it a spark of goodness inside yourself.
So less about like hanging your work in a museum and more about tapping into your, inner creative spirit, something like that.
Exactly. And then using that creativity to connect with, well, with yourself, with other people, even with something bigger than yourself. The idea that we're all part of this, I don't know, this bigger picture. And that when we grow, well, the whole picture changes with us.
It's like we're all connected like threads in this huge tapestry of, like you said, growth, personal growth. Personal growth.
That's a great way to put it.
So speaking of personal growth, what about this course she's teaching? Tessa Living Water, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? That title, I don't know, it kind of pulls you in.
It's a powerful image. In Jewish tradition, living water, it's this idea of a source of renewal, something that sustains you, even spiritual nourishment, you know, that energy that keeps us moving, keeps us going, keeps us growing.
So is that what this course is about? Helping people find their own living water, their own, I don't know, wellspring of creativity and inner strength?
That's it, exactly. And the way she does it is really interesting. One of the main things she uses is visual journaling, but it has a unique twist. She uses the weekly Torah portions as inspiration.
Hold on, so it's not just like your typical Dear Diary type journaling?
No, not at all. Imagine like reading about creation in the Torah portion one week.
Right.
And then you break out your watercolors and you try to express your feelings about, I don't know, new beginnings.
Wow.
Or maybe some word or phrase just like jumps out at you and you use that as inspiration for a series of sketches. That kind of thing.
So you're taking these ancient texts and like making them relevant to your own life and experiences.
Yeah.
That's really something else. What else can you tell us about how the course is structured?
Well, one of the things that Rec Fat talks about a lot is something she calls slow art.
Slow art. Okay, now you've got my attention. Tell me more.
So it's about not rushing the creative process, really appreciating each and every step along the way. Like she might have her students spend a whole week just thinking about one single word from the Torah portion.
Yeah. And
they explore every aspect of it, every different shade of meaning, and then use it as a jumping off point for a series of sketches or maybe a little bit of reflective writing, just, you know, whatever feels right.
It's like she's giving those little moments of inspiration space to breathe, you know, space for them to kind of bubble up naturally.
I'm curious with all this talk about slowing down, is the course itself, I don't know, is it solitary?
Yeah.
Or is there like a community aspect to it? Oh, the community is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Rec Fat's really big on that sense of, you know, we're all in this together.
Makes sense.
And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you're all drawing from this one wellspring of inspiration, the texts, but you're also bringing your own unique experiences, your own interpretations to the table.
Yeah, it's like we're all drinking from the same, the living water you were talking about, but we all come away with something a little different.
Exactly. And you know, there are testimonials on Rec Fat's website, and a lot of them really highlight that sense of connection. There's one student who talks about how taking the course helped her reconnect with like her own identity. She said, it reminded me of who I am, which I thought was really cool.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, and that idea, you know, of self-discovery, of sort of coming home to yourself, it comes up a lot in the testimonials.
It's amazing. We started with this website that was completely, well, for me it was Greek, but, Hebrew, and now look. It's about this journey inward, this like hidden potential you never even knew you had.
It really shows you the power of, I don't know, just authentic expression.
It really does.
Yeah, it can go beyond words, beyond language even.
It makes you wonder, why this path? What is it about Rekfat's approach, do you think, that would speak to someone, even if they don't think of themselves as an artist,
That's a great question. And I think it goes back to what we were talking about before, that whole idea of development through exploration. It makes me think that her work is really speaking to people who are on that journey of self-discovery, looking for meaning, for purpose.
So it's more than just like making art for the sake of making art.
Right, exactly. It's deeper than that.
There's something else there.
It's about using creativity as a way to tap into, I don't know, maybe even unlock something deeper within yourself. And we can't forget the mindfulness aspect either. People are so busy these days, so connected. I think they crave that stillness.
Absolutely.
That space just to breathe, to reconnect.
To just be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the students actually mentioned that. She described it as like the ability to connect material to spirit and soul, which I thought was, a pretty powerful way to put it.
Yeah, there's definitely something to that. It's almost like, I don't know, it feels countercultural in a way. In a world where everything is go, 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 she's saying, hey, slow down, pay attention.
And that's what makes it so relevant. People are, like I said, overwhelmed. Rekfat's work, it gives them permission to unplug, to recharge, reconnect with what matters.
It's funny you should say reconnect, because it makes me think about that idea we were talking about earlier, that idea of repairing the world, tikkun olam.
It's a beautiful idea.
It is.
And it's interesting. Rekfat's approach, it kind of offers this way to contribute to tikkun olam, but through this very personal, very individual journey.
So it's not about like going out and, I don't know, protesting or something.
Right.
It's about this inner work that then ripples outwards.
Exactly. It's like you're nurturing that goodness within yourself, and then, well, it just naturally flows outward. It affects the world around you.
Like that living water again.
There you go.
It nourishes you from the inside and then flows outward, touches everything it comes into contact with.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's really amazing when you think about it, all this from a website and in another language, no less. It just goes to show you, I guess, the power of, I don't know, how should I put it, genuine expression.
Without a doubt. You can feel Rekfat's passion, comes through loud and clear, even with the language barrier. Yeah. Makes you wonder, what else is out there?
Right.
All these creative people sharing their work, their vision, in ways we'd never expect.
It's pretty inspiring when you think about it.
It really is. And it reminds us, too, you never know where you'll find that next bit of inspiration, that chance to learn and grow.
Well, speaking of inspiration, I think our time exploring the world of Rekfat Burger has just about come to an end. Anything else you want to add before we wrap things up? What's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from all this?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing, more than anything else, is that creativity, it's not just for artists. It's not about like some special skill set or anything.
Well, for everyone.
Exactly. It's about tapping into something we all have inside, that curiosity, the desire to explore, to create, to share what makes you, well, you.
And when you do that, you're not just making art, you're connecting with something bigger than yourself, connecting with yourself, with other people, maybe even with something, I don't know, spiritual.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right.
And who knows, maybe it'll inspire someone out there to find their own living water, that passion, that sense of purpose we were talking about.
Nicely put. And on that note, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time for another adventure in, well, knowledge.